I've just watched Sienna Spiro die on this hill. Stick around to see what I think of her voice. Listen in colour. Hi everyone, welcome to Listen in Colour with me, Rachel Walker-Mason. We've got new hair and a new singer. This is Sienna Spiro with Die on This Hill.
Got me to stay, said that you need me. Stop, 'cause it's words don't ever meaning. No, they don't. Listen on to me, and there'll be a day I'll be more creative, a poetic way to say I'm not leaving to the world, not to your face.
Wow, what a voice! Gosh, so she looks really young still. She looks about 20 maximum, very young and beautiful, but has this beautiful kind of jazzy, rich voice that sounds like it's coming from somebody older. And it's beautiful. Like when she did creative, it's just like in the dead end. It just flipped up into that. Oh, it's just gorgeous, lovely vocal control. It all seems so easy and natural. She's probably one of those people who can just sing, can just do it, and it's amazing. So I know a little bit about her. I think she became quite big on TikTok in about 4 or 5 years ago, apparently. I think that's like, I don't spend a lot of time on TikTok, but I know a lot of singers have kind of been discovered there. That's where like Sam Ryder did a lot of stuff, and Pink Pantheress and people like that. So they did a lot of like singing in their bedrooms, and that's a kind of legitimate way people are kind of building a fan base and being discovered now, which is really cool. I love that kind of new avenue for the music industry. So I think that's where the route that she's come through. But this is the first time I've really seen her on anything. I remember her being mentioned at the Brit Awards, which is like the British Grammys. So I think she might have been up for Critics' Choice or one of those awards. But this is the first time I've really knowingly listened to her sing. Like she's probably been on the radio in the background somewhere, but I've not noticed. But she's pretty fantastic, right? There's an essence of Raye about her, and who doesn't love Raye? I'm literally obsessed with Raye. And beautiful Angelina Jordan, who I've been doing some reactions to, and dear God, I love her voice. And you Angelina Jordan fans are amazing. She kind of reminds me of them in that she's young but has a voice and a presence older than her years in a really good way. There's something so classic and classy about this.
Even to the world, not to your face. Oh, I'll take my pride, stand here for you. No, I'm not blind, just seeing it through. You take my life just for the thrill. I'll take tonight and die on this hill. I always will.
Okay, have to comment on that beautiful chord there. I love a kind of sultry chord. That was gorgeous. I love this performance is just her and piano. That is it. There is nothing else so far. There might be some more instruments coming in, but it's just this completely unplugged performance. To have a voice that can stand up alone, where you don't need a huge backing track or like a load of instruments. It's literally just her and piano, and the piano is just doing a very simple kind of Adele style kind of ballad playing. If you think of um Someone Like You, Adele, it's just got a very simple piano figure and just her voice, and it's got that same quality and that style of big voice ballad singing kind of thing. It will never die. It will always be popular. It's been popular forever, and there will always be singers that come along that are outstanding like this, and like Adele and like Raye, who can just hold a room in the palm of their hand with just their voice. She's got some beautiful, beautiful things she's doing with her voice when she goes into the big chorus, and she's got these little kind of catches in her voice that Sia sometimes has and Adele sometimes has. And it's often the thing that kind of tugs at you, tugs at your heart, and kind of makes you cry. And it's just a little kind of break in their voice. It's as if they're having a slightly emotional kind of moment, that little kind of crack in the voice. And it's so beautiful when it happens. And she does it there. Just It's just literally perfection the way she does that. And then there's that gorgeous chords, that like diminished chord there that was just and her voice sits so perfectly in tune above that chord. It's just heavenly. Oh, I think I'm becoming a fan. I think I'm becoming. Let me know your thoughts. Do you already know lots of her music? This is the first thing I've really heard of hers. Should I be listening to more? Let me know your thoughts. Cat. Oh, this is this is one of our cats, Matilda, who wanted to come in and see what we were doing. Do you like Sienna Spiro? Do you? What do you think? You just want cat food, don't you? Yes. Off she goes. Not interested.
I know that I look stubborn and patient,
Oh,
but you wrote the book. I just took a page out to be loved and nothing more. So you kept your word. Do you want a medal? The way that someone leaves this world is all just levels. Tell me now. Oh, to me now. I'll take my pride, standing for you. No, I'm not blind, just seeing it through. You take my life just for the thrill. I'll take
oh,
tonight and die on this hill. I always will. I'll be here the whole night. I'll be here 'cause I care. Yeah, I know you don't care. I know nothing could matter. God, I wish something mattered to you.
oh, is she the next Adele? Is she the next Adele? There's a very Adele quality about her. And I don't know whether she just watches a lot of Adele, but she does a lot of the hand movements. There's a lot of specific things Adele does because she's a what we call a park and bark singer, where they just stand there and deliver the song. They don't need to wander around. They don't, like Cher or Madonna will wander around on the stage and perform, do dance routines and stuff. Singers like this tend to do the park and bark, as we call it. And it's so disservice to them. But when they're singing these big ballads, you want them to just stand there and deliver the song. So all they've got really is hand gestures. And she's very much giving that. And it's working really well. She doesn't really need to do a lot else. There's a little bit of breath coming through higher up in her voice, and that's I think what's causing the slight cracking at points, which is a beautiful sound. I just want to make sure I'll be listening out over the next few years at vocal health, because we all know what happened with Adele's voice and Sam Smith and things, and what was happening was they were forcing too much air through their vocal folds, and it can make a lovely quality to the voice, and you get this slight hiss coming through at the top, which makes this kind of like silvery quality. But it means if you're forcing air through your vocal folds, you'll end up with nodules. And so Adele very famously had an operation on her voice and had to rest it for a long time. And there's quite a few singers that have had that problem. So just listening to the very top of her voice there, I was like, oh, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I hope that I am, and I hope her voice stays really healthy because this is a great voice. I'd like to hear a lot more of this young woman over the years. Like, she could have a really long career because she appeals not only to the kind of teenage Gen Z kind of market. A lot of people like my age, my parents' age, would really enjoy this kind of music, this kind of singing, because it is current, but it's timeless. There's something about it where you could tell me this song came out 40 years ago, and I'd probably go, okay, I believe that. There's something so timeless about a big, beautiful ballad sung by a gorgeous kind of jazzy pop voice with just piano that takes it completely out of all of popular music and it just puts it in its own time, which is amazing. There's something so beautiful about that. And so therefore, because it doesn't technically belong in popular music, it will never go out of fashion. It will never go out of style.
Could matter. God, I wish something mattered to you. I'll take my pride, stand here for you. No, I'm not blind, just seeing it through. You take my life just for the thrill. Well, I'll take tonight and die on this hill. I
That was really beautiful. I'd like to hear more of Sienna Spiro. I really would. But looking at the lyrics, they are interesting. So she wrote this with another couple of writers, so Omar Fedi and Michael Ross Pollock, who I've not heard of before, but I'm sure I've heard things they've written and just not been aware it's them. So I will now look them up, find out what else they've done, because I love to support a songwriter. So there's some really great lyrics in this. So she's talking about this relationship that's a bit toxic. It's not going great. So got me to stay, said that you needed me, that you need me, starved because his words don't have a meaning. There'll be a day I'll be more creative, a poetic way to say I'm not leaving to the world. Like, I'll say it to the world, not to your face. It's quite an odd relationship where they can't say to each other that they mean anything to each other, but they also don't want to leave. It's quite, it's kind of like, yeah, like this, I'll take my pride, stand here for you. No, I'm not blind, just seeing it through. Ooh, gosh, that's a hard relationship to be in. I think quite a lot of us have probably been there where you're like, well, I've committed to this now, so I'm in it, aren't I? I have to just stay there. I don't want to be here, but I've committed to it. That's just so depressing. Even though this relationship is clearly not great, she's going to die on this hill, this hill of their relationship. And probably we're all listening going, no, no, get out, go and live your life. Like, you don't need to make this your place to stay. It's not good for you. It's really sad. It's like, it's a really kind of bleak song, but really beautifully written. I know that I look stubborn, impatient, but you wrote the book. I just took a page out. Those are some nice lyrics. Very nice, really clever. And I love that line that there'll be a day I'll be more creative, a poetic way to say I'm not leaving. Like, she's finding it, she's like biding her time, but for now she's going to die on this hill. The bridge, which she sings beautifully, I'll be here the whole night. I'll be here because I can. I know you don't care. I know nothing could matter. God, I wish something mattered to you. Isn't that just the most depressing thought? That you're with this person and you don't matter to them. I'm assuming it's a romantic relationship. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a friendship, or maybe it's someone who's really ill and she's saying, no, I'm going to be there in spite of you pushing me away. I'm going to be here to look after you. Maybe it's not a romantic relationship. That changes the whole thing then, actually. And maybe she's saying, no, I'm sticking with this because I said I would be there for you, even though you're pushing me away. Maybe it's someone who's going through a difficult time with addiction or mental health. Oh, that's That's flipped the script a little bit. Do any of you know specifically what it's about? If you know, please tell me, because I would love to know. Now I've had a little think out loud. There's about 3 different things I think it could be about, and, that very much changes what I think of her staying and dying on this hill, whether it's a pride thing or whether it's out of kindness or whether it's being stubborn. Mm, now I'm intrigued. Colour-wise in this one, it's quite purpley. There's something about a quality to her voice which does remind me of Adele in that beautiful kind of classy way, and there's this kind of slightly jazzy quality in the way she finishes. She like finishes phrases with this very loose, gentle kind of ad lib that isn't too much. It's just a little bit there. You can imagine her doing a residency in Vegas and everyone just sitting there wowed listening to her. And so there's this beautiful kind of almost like smoky purpley quality through the song. Um in the bridge it gets a little bit more red because she goes up higher into her voice, and then you get those kind of little like little cry moments, not as hideous as that, but like there's little cracks in her voice that are just that almost like the emotion just seeps through and sort of hits you in a way that you're like, oh, I wasn't quite prepared for that. That's going to make me cry. And so I get a little bit more red there, and then it goes back to this like smoky purple. But it's a really beautiful, like classy color palette that I get with her. Working in the music industry is not well paid. So if you would like to support me, you can do so by buying me a coffee or a tea, as I say, because I'm British and drink a lot of tea. The link is just here. I would like to thank everybody who has already done this and continues to do this. It means so much to me and to my family. So thank you. Please remember to like, subscribe, share and comment. I love all your comments, so please keep them coming. And remember to have a colourful day. Listening